हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। ओम गणानाहं त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पदानश्चन्वन्नोतिभिः ॐ श्री महागणपतये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे श्रीगुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ श्रीशङ्कराचार्य स्वामिने नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ।
नमस्ते महोदय।
नमस्ते।
श्रीमती भगिनी।
नमस्ते महोदय।
नमस्ते।
सखेतिमत्वा प्रसभै sorry sir, ragam not coming.
सखेति मत्वा प्रसभै यदुक्तं हे कृष्ण हे
सखेतिमत्वा
यादव हे सखेति।
सखेतिमत्वा प्रसभै यदुक्तं हे कृष्ण हे यादव हे सखेति अजानता महिमानन्तवेदं मया प्रमादात् प्रणयेन वापि।
गुड।
साई लक्ष्मी भगिनी।
नमस्ते महोदय।
नमस्ते।
यच्छावहासार्थमसत्कृतोऽसि विहारशय्यासन भोजनेषु एकोऽथवाप्यच्युत तत्समक्षं तक्षामये त्वामहमप्रमेयम्।
गुड।
ललिता भगिनी।
पितासि लोकस्य चराचरस्य त्वमस्य पूज्यश्च गुरुर्गरीयान् न त्वत्समोऽस्त्यभ्यधिकः कुतोऽन्यः लोकत्रयेऽप्यप्रतिमः प्रभाव।
गुड।
कृष्ण पावनी भगिनी।
नमस्ते महोदय।
नमस्ते।
प्रणम्य प्रणिधाय कायं प्रसादये त्वामहमीशमीड्यम् पितेव पुत्रस्य सखेव सख्युः प्रियः प्रियायार्हसि देव सोढुम्।
गुड।
लक्ष्मी बीवी भगिनी।
अदृष्टपूर्वं हृषितोऽस्मि दृष्ट्वा भयेन च प्रव्यथितं मनो मे तदेव मे दर्शय देवरूपं प्रसीद देवेश जगन्निवास।
Second two lines, last two lines.
Yes, sir. तदेव मे दर्शय देवरूपं प्रसीद देवेश जगन्निवास।
Good.
भानुरेखा भगिनी।
नमस्ते महोदय।
नमस्ते।
किरीटिनं गदिनं चक्रहस्तम् इच्छामि त्वां द्रष्टुमहं तथैव तेनैव रूपेण चतुर्भुजेन सहस्रबाहो भव विश्वमूर्ते।
गुड।
शीला शिंदे भगिनी।
श्री भगवान उवाच मया प्रसन्नेन तवार्जुनेदं रूपं परं दर्शितमात्मयोगात् तेजोमयौ विश्वमनन्तमाद्यं यन्मे त्वदन्येन न दृष्टपूर्वम्।
गुड।
काश्मीरा भगिनी।
न वेदयज्ञाध्ययनैर्न दानैः न वेदयज्ञाध्ययनैर्न दानैः न च क्रियाभिर्न तपोभिरुग्रैः एवं रूपः शक्य अहन्विलोके द्रष्टुं त्वदन्येन कुरु प्रवीर.
Good. I think we're done up to this shloka yesterday, right?
Yes.
Yes, Mahodaya.
Mother.
So we'll continue further today.
Gurumurti Mahodaya.
मा ते व्यथा मा च विमूढभावः
ते व्यत्तामा च विमूढभावः ते व्यत्तामा च विमूढभावः
दृष्ट्वा रूपं घोरमीढ्रुममेदम्
दृष्ट्वा रूपं घोरमीदम् दृष्ट्वा रूपं घोरमीदम्
मा ते व्यथा मा च विमूढभावः दृष्ट्वा रूपं घोरमीढ्रुममेदम्
ते व्यत्ता मा च विमूढभावः दृष्ट्वा रूपं घोरमीदम् मा ते व्यत्ता मा च विमूढभावः रूपं घोरमीदम्
घोरमीढ्रुममेदम्
घोरमीदम् फिर से पढ़ो ते व्यत्ता मा च विमूढभावः दृष्ट्वा रूपं घोरमीदम् ते व्यत्ता मा च विमूढभावः दृष्ट्वा रूपं घोरमीदम्.
Good. Next.
Rajeshwari Shivshankar Bhagini.
व्यथे व्यभेदभिः प्रीतमा व्यभेदभिः प्रीतमनाः पुनस्त्वम्
व्यपेतभिः प्रीतमनाः पुनस्त्वं व्यपेतभिः प्रीतमनाः पुनस्त्वं
तदेव मे रूपमिदं प्रपश्य
तदेव मे रूपमिदं प्रपश्य तदेव मे रूपमिदं प्रपश्य
व्यभेदभिः प्रीतमनाः पुनस्त्वं तदेव मे रूपमिदं प्रपश्य
व्यपेतभिः प्रीतमनाः पुनस्त्वं तदेव मे रूपमिदं प्रपश्य व्यपेतभिः प्रीतमनाः पुनस्त्वं तदेव मे रूपमिदं प्रपश्य.
Next.
Sri Lakshmi Bhagini.
मा ते व्यथा मा च विमूढभावः दृष्ट्वा रूपं घोरमीढ्रुममेदम्
मा ते वृथा मा च विमूढभावः
मा ते व्यथा, not वृथा, व्यथा.
मा ते व्यथा मा च विमूढभावः दृष्ट्वा रूपं घोरमीदृङ्गमेदम् मा ते व्यथा मा च विमूढभावः दृष्ट्वा रूपं घोरमीदृङ्गमेदम्.
Good. Next.
Anupama Bhatt Bhagini.
व्यभेदभिः प्रीतमनाः पुनस्त्वं तदेव मे रूपमिदं प्रपश्य
व्यपेतभिः पीतमनाः पुनस्त्वं तदेव मे रूपमिदं प्रपश्य व्यपेतभिः पीतमनाः पुनस्त्वं तदेव मे रूपमिदं प्रपश्य.
Good. Next.
Sharat Chavan Mahodaya.
मा ते व्यथा मा च विमूढभावः दृष्ट्वा रूपं घोरमीढ्रुममेदम्
मा ते व्यथा मा च विमूढभावः दृष्ट्वा रूपं घोरमिदृढममेदम् मा ते व्यथा मा च विमूढभावः दृष्ट्वा रूपं घोरमिदृढममेदम्
Drungmamedam.
दृढममेदम्.
Okay, yeah. Next.
साई लक्ष्मी भगिनी
मा ते व्यथा मा च विमूढभावः दृष्ट्वा रूपं घोरमीदृङ्ममेदम् व्यपेतविप्रीतमना पुनस्त्वं तदेव मे रूपमिदं प्रपश्य.
मा ते व्यथा मा च विमूढभावः दृष्ट्वा रूपं घोरमृदुङ्ममेदम् व्यपेतभिः प्रीतमनः पुनस्त्वं तदेव मे रूपमिदं प्रपश्य.
Good. Next.
श्रीमती भगिनी
Full shloka.
Yes, sir. मा ते व्यथा मा च विमूढभावः दृष्ट्वा रूपं घोरमीदृङ्ममेदम् व्यपेतभिः प्रीतमनाः पुनस्त्वं तदेव मे रूपमिदं प्रपश्य.
Good. Next.
ललिता भगिनी
मा ते व्यथा मा च विमूढभावः दृष्ट्वा रूपं घोरमीदृङ्ममेदम् व्यपेतभिः प्रीतमनाः पुनस्त्वं तदेव मे रूपमिदं प्रपश्य.
Good. Next.
कृष्ण पावनी भगिनी
मा ते व्यथा मा च विमूढभावः दृष्ट्वा रूपं घोरमीदृङ्ममेदम् व्यपेतभिः प्रीतमनाः पुनस्त्वं तदेव मे रूपमिदं प्रपश्य.
Good. Next.
शीला शिंदे भगिनी
मा ते व्यथा मा च विमूढभावः दृष्ट्वा रूपं घोरमिदृङ्ममेदम् व्यपेतभिप्रीतमना पुनस्त्वं तदेव मे रूपमिदं प्रपश्य.
Good. Next.
श्रीलक्ष्मी भगिनी
Yes, sir. Full shloka, sir. मा ते व्यथा मा च विमूढभावः दृष्ट्वा रूपं घोरमीदृङ्ममेदम् व्यपेतभिप्रीतमना पुनस्त्वं तदेव मे रूपमिदं प्रपश्य.
Good. So we'll go to the meaning of this. If you look at that, what Arjuna wanted, no, subsequent to Shloka number, what is that? 36 onwards, Arjuna started praising Bhagavan. And Arjuna was totally scared after seeing the Vishwarupam. Then he was continuously praising Bhagavan. He started doing namaskarams after namaskarams. And then he was continuing like that for few slokas. And then he also started apologizing. He said that I mistook you to be a friend. And then I talked to you in singularity. I did not know about your glories, etc. Please kindly excuse me, etc. He was asking. Then he also said specifically that I had made a lot of fun on you. Yacha vahasat masattutosi. Then while eating or while sleeping or in front of somebody, some people also, I would have made a lot of fun about you, either alone or in a group of people. Please excuse me for all those things because you are Aprameyam and you are the Bhagavan. Then he also talked about you are the father of the entire world. You have got to be worshipped. You are the most highest of the highest teachers of everybody. So there's nobody. There is nobody equivalent to you or nobody higher than you in the entire three worlds. Lokatrayepya Pradima Prabhavaha. Then he also started looking at all the kinds of taking for granted behavior of Arjuna. He said that, like the way if parents will excuse their children, or like the way a friend will excuse his pardon his friend, or like the way a husband and wife they'll be able to pardon each other in terms of intimacy. He talked about intimacy for husband and wife, and then he talked about ignorance and carelessness exhibited by the children, how the parents are able to forgive, and how the friends are able to forgive any kind of indignities that is being passed on to another friend, either in public or in private. They just ignore that. So, like that, he said, like a friend for a friend, and for a parent for a child, or for a husband for a wife, you please understand that these are all the kinds of omissions and commissions I would have made to you, and please kindly condone them. You please ignore them. Please pardon me. Then he says that when I saw the 45 sloka, he said that Adrishta Purvam, whatever I have seen, it has not been seen by everybody. And I was very happy. Hishitosmi Drishtva. I was very happy on seeing that. So there are three stages of feelings that Arjuna had. When he had the Vishwarupa Darshana, the first stage of his response was Ascharyam. So Adrishta Purvam. And Hishitosmi, I was absolutely excited, overwhelmed on seeing your Vishwarupa. That's the first stage. Second stage, Bhayena. Then that entire thing, after going to see the mouth of Bhagavan, where the entire destruction was taking place, that Ascharyam became Bhaya. That is the second stage. And there's another third stage, which we'll be talking to in the next few verses. Okay. So, and then he's telling that I have seen all these things which has not been seen by other people, which has not been seen before. Now you please give me only your Deva Rupam. Please come out of the Vishwarupam and come to Deva Rupam. He has absolutely got frightened. He said, now enough. I am enough of this. Come back to Deva Rupam. Deva Rupam means Bhagavan. He is asking Bhagavan to come with Kiritinam, Gadinam, Chakrahastam. So he wanted to see a Bhagavan with the Kridam, but now he has understood. He has not seen Lord Krishna, Krishna as his friend with all these things, Chandra, Chakra, Gada, Pani. He has not seen. He has only seen Krishna as a two-legged another human being. But now he has realized that he is Bhagavan. Okay, he is the Lord. And then he is telling that as a Vishnu, I want to see you as Kridam, Kadi, Chakra, Hastam, all those things. And Teneva Rupena Chadurbhujena, the Rupa that with 4 hands, you please come, Chadurbhujena, you please show my darshanam for me. And at that point in time, he is Sahasra Bahu. He was having 1,000 arms, and he was a Vishwamurti. He was the Vishwarupa Darshan, so he was Vishwamurti. So he is now telling that from Vishwamurti become Krishnamurti. That is what he is requesting in the 46th sloka. Now, 47th sloka, after all these requests which has come from Arjuna, Bhagavan says, yeah, this is all the thing that whatever I had, whatever I showed you because I liked you, and then I had shown this Rupam, whatever you asked for. You only asked for Vishwarupa Darshanam. You asked for it, so I have shown it, which was Tejomayam, Vishwam, Anantam, Adyam. I think all of you will be able to understand the meaning of this. Tejomayam, Vishwam, Anantam, Adyam, Yad, Me, Tvad, Tva, Anyena, Na Drishta Purvam, which has not been seen by anybody other than you. This has to be taken only in a literative way, not as such a thing, because some more people have also seen. But at this point in time, sometimes when we say no, others no, I'm just telling you that not everybody knows about it. That's the way we kind of colloquially say. So Bhagavan also says that apart from you, not that anybody has seen this kind of a Vishwarupa Darshanam of mine. Okay, this is what Bhagavan says. And then he has made a very important point here, which I thought we just discussed this only for a few minutes, which we'll try to elaborate slightly before going to the meaning of the next sloka which we've done today. He says that na Veda, na Yajna Adhyayana, na Veda Adhyayana, na Yajna Adhyayana, na Dhanehi, na Kriyabihi, na Tapobihi. He says that this Rupam, whatever we have seen, Evam Rupa Shakyaham Duloke, whatever Rupam I have shown, it is not possible to be seen by Veda Adhyayanam or Yajna Adhyayanam or by charities or by doing any kind of Kriya, Karma Yoga, or even doing very strict austerities and tapaha. It is not possible to get a Vishwarupa Darshanam by all these things. So now we have to understand that Bhagavan does not mean that all these things are useless, like Veda Adhyayanam or Yajna Adhyayanam or doing charities or following Karma Yoga. He does not say that all these things are useless. Bhagavan wants to mention that he wants to mention that apart from these kinds of sadhanas, the most important sadhana that you need to have is bhakti. Only with bhakti you will be able to achieve, not just doing spiritual other things like doing puja, doing Veda, daily reading 1 hour of Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, we do chanting or doing some chanting, doing some puja. He says all these things are fine, or doing a lot of charities, all these things are fine. So he's now laying a foundation that these things are all fine, but with these things you will not be able to achieve. You need to have bhakti. So we have to understand that Bhagavan does not say that these things are useless. He does not want to make these things not critical for our spiritual sadhana, but he wants to say that in addition to this, you also have to have bhakti, and bhakti is going to be the most foremost important thing that you need to look into. So at this point in time, because we have to start looking at bhakti at the highest level, he's trying to put rest of the sadhanas at the lower level. That's it. So please do not understand that just because Bhagavan has said, I am not going to dhana, I am not going to chanting, I am not going to yajna. No, those things are spiritual sadhanas that is required. But Bhagavan says that at this point in time, bhakti is very, very important. That is what is going to start now, slightly moving into the subsequent slokas. Bhakti also, we have to be very, very clearly understanding, because we have done that in the 7th chapter, Shloka number 16. That is Chadurvida Bhajante Mam, Jana Sukriti Norjuna, Arto Jignyasurartati, Jnani Cha Bharadarshava. This is what we study. There are 4 different ways people do bhajanti. They do bhakti for me. The first one is called Arti. Arti is a person who goes to Bhagavan only when there is a distress. Otherwise, Bhagavan is not there for him. He is busy with his own work. Bhagavan is somewhere. Only when he is having a stomach pain, he thinks of Bhagavan. Only when he is having examination tomorrow, he has got Bhagavan. Only when he is going to miss the flight in another 5 minutes and he is still not at the airport, he starts thinking about Bhagavan. So these people are distressed people only at the time of distress. But there are good people. Sukrito, that's what he says. Chaturvida Bhajante Ma Jana Sukruti Nor Juna. He said they're all good people. They're all doing things, dharma, dharmic way of life only they do. But as far as Bhakta is concerned, they think of me only when they are in distress. Otherwise, they don't think. They got a lot of other things to think about. They may think about stock market crash. They may think about Bangladesh crisis. All those things they'll think. They'll not think about me. But at that particular artist, they think about me only at the time of distress. That is one type of bhakti. The second one is called Artharti. Artharti will always think of Arti, he wants a Nivritti. That's called Nivritti Bhakti, which means that he wants to come out of a problem. The other one is called Artharti. These Artharti people, they will only worship Bhagavan whenever they want to have some kind of a returns for them. Okay. So they are going to start a new business. They'll go and pray to Bhagavan. Bhagavan, please, this is what I am doing and I want you to give return. I am giving you 10,000 rupees in Tirupati Hundi. Please ensure that I get 1 crore of business order and I get 30% margin on that. So if he pays bribe of 1 lakh of rupees to Bhagavan and then ask for a return of 1 crore. So that is all Artharti. It's all primarily driven by Kama, desires in life, and he is using Bhagavan as a trading partner where he says, I am doing this, you please do this. So it's called Artharti. It's a business. Bhagavan is taken into business and he is purely for the purpose of selfishness. That I want to get my visa stamped, I'm going for this. This thing should happen. That thing should be happen. I applied for a home loan, that should happen. So that is all called personal benefits only. These people go to Bhagavan. So they are called Arthartis. The third one is called a Jignasu. Jignasu is a person who is striving to have bhakti to know Bhagavan. Okay. And the fourth one I'll also tell about. Fourth one is a Jnani. Jnani is already an enlightened person. So he does not have to worry about it. He knows. If Vishwarupa Darshan, when he sees, he has no problem because he is more matured enough to understand that. He knows that I am a part of that. I am also Bhagavan. He is not at all worried about the thing. So Jnani is out. Jignasu is a person who has got a bhakti where he has understood the knowledge by reading all those kinds of texts, etc., where he has also had so much amount of maturity, but he is still not able to understand Bhagavan. So he has now done karma yoga, he has now made his mind absolutely clear, but he is at a situation where he is not enlightened, but he is able to understand all the kinds of problems in terms of dharma, artha, kama. He knows all those things. Moksha is the only thing that he wants, but he is in a situation where he knows everything, but he's still not able to get a hold of Bhagavan or realizing Bhagavan. So he's a jignasu. So that is the person bhakti. That bhakta will be only discussed in the bhakti yoga, which we are going to go now. So that is the bhakti Bhagavan is talking about in this particular sloka. Not in the sloka, in the sloka that's going to come, he's going to talk about that bhakti. And he says that with all these things, you will not be able to get me. You need to have a bhakti. And the bhakti will be jignasu bhakti, where they are going to strive and put effort in terms of knowing Bhagavan. And the 12th chapter, there's going to be a lot of elaborate discussions about that, which we'll be doing it after completing this chapter. And Bhagavan is going to divide that into multiple kinds of things. What is different ways of how do you approach that kind of a bhakti? Okay. So now coming to today's sloka. Now he has told us we will not be able to know this rupam. Vishwarupa darshanam is not possible by all these kinds of means. Okay, it's not possible. Now he says, okay, mate jata. Don't get worried. Do not have any kind of fear. Because Arjuna is at this point in time is trembling. He is still seeing Bhagavan in the Vishwarupa form. With his eyes always going to the place where Bhagavan is having a wonderful feasting on the people. So he says, Mate vyata. Do not worry. Do not fear. Macha vimuda bhavaha. If you are not able to comprehend this entire particular Vishwarupa Darshana, do not get confused. Okay, what is Muda? Muda means confusion. We are not able to understand what is right and what is wrong is Muda Bhavaha. He says, do not get confused by looking at this form of mind. Don't worry about it. Do not worry. Why what? Drishtva Rupam Gora. You are now, after seeing this Rupam of mind, which is very Goram, Idrug. Mama Idam. Idrug means like Gora Rupam, like extremely difficult Rupam. Mama idam. This particular rupam, which is very, very gora for you, do not get worried about that and do not also get confused. Vyapeda bihi. Please get rid of your fear. Be is always bhaya. Get rid of be. Tita manaha. Get with the pleasing talk. Puna tvam tadeva. Again for you. Punaha tvam tadeva. The same kind of rupam. Idam prapashya. I will show it to you right now. So Bhagavan was very kind enough. He says, okay, I have accepted your petition. I understand your problems. And the reason why Bhagavan is accepting is that he knows that Arjuna is still not mature enough to see Vishwarupa Darshanam. Therefore, to have the Vishwarupa, to understand that everything is Bhagavan, we need to understand and comprehend that you have positives and you have negatives, and everything is only Bhagavan, everything is only Bhagavan's action. One has to have a maturity. And maturity can come only by continuously having an understanding of the scriptures and also internalizing that. So what did he say? Do not worry about this, you are not mature at this point in time. So I'll come back to the normal form so that you'll be able to see me. Which form he wants to come? He doesn't want to be whatever he was seeing was the Aneka Rupa Darshanam. Everything was Bhagavan. But now from there he wants to go to Eka Rupa Darshanam. So he says, don't worry, Tadeva me Rupam Idam Pravashya. Which you will be able to see the same Rupam, whatever you want. So he says, Idam Pravashya. He says that. Now we have to understand one more thing here. Okay, I think it will come in the next sloka, we'll talk about it. Next.
Sri Lakshmi Bhagini.
Sanjaya Vuvacha. Ityarjunau Vasudevastatoktva.
Sanjaya Uvacha Ityarjunam Vasudevastatoktva
Swakam Rupam Darshayamasa Bhuyah.
Swakam Rupam Darshayamasa Bhuyah. Swakam Rupam Darshayamasa Bhuyah.
Ityarjunau Vasudevastatoktva. Swakam Rupam Darshayamasa Bhuyah.
इत्यर्जुनं वासुदेवस्तथोक्त्वा स्वकं रूपं दर्शयामास भूयः इत्यर्जुनं वासुदेवस्तथोक्त्वा स्वकं रूपं दर्शयामास भूयः.
Good. Next.
शीला शिंदे भगिनी.
आश्वासयामास च भीतमेनम्
आश्वासयामास च भीतमेनम् आश्वासयामास च भीतमेनम्
भूत्वा पुनः सौम्य वपुर्महात्मा
भूत्वा पुनः सौम्य वपुर्महात्मा भूत्वा पुनः सौम्य वपुर्महात्मा
आश्वासयामास च भीतमेनम् भूत्वा पुनः सौम्य वपुर्महात्मा
आश्वासयामास च भीतमेनम् भूत्वा पुनः सौम्य वपुर्महात्मा आश्वासयामास च भीतमेनम् भूत्वा पुनः सौम्य वपुर्महात्मा.
Next.
गुरुमूर्ति महोदय.
इत्यर्जुनौ वासुदेवस्ततोक्त्वा स्वकं रूपं दर्शयामास भूयः
सञ्जय उवाच इत्यर्जुनौ वासुदेवस्ततोक्त्वा स्वकं रूपं दर्शयामास भूयः सञ्जय उवाच इत्यर्जुनं वासुदेवस्ततोक्त्वा स्वकं रूपं न दर्शयामास भूयः.
Good. Next.
लक्ष्मी बीवी भगिनी.
आश्वासयामास च भीतमेनं भूत्वा पुनः सौम्य वपुर्महात्मा
आश्वासयामास च भीतमेनं भूत्वा पुनः सौम्य वपुर्महात्मा आश्वासयामास च भीतमेनं भूत्वा पुनः सौम्य वपुर्महात्मा.
Good. Next.
ललिता भगिनी.
संजय उवाच इत्यर्जुनौ वासुदेवस्ततोक्त्वा स्वकं रूपं दर्शयामास भूयः आश्वासयामास च भीतमेनं भूत्वा पुनः सौम्य वपुर्महात्मा
संजय उवाच इत्यर्जुनौ वासुदेवस्तथोक्त्वा स्वकं रूपं दर्शयामास भूयः आश्वासयामास च भीतमेनं भूत्वा पुनः सौम्य वपुर्महात्मा.
Good. Next.
भानुरेखा भगिनी.
Full shloka.
सञ्जय उवाच इत्यर्जुनौ वासुदेवस्ततोक्त्वा स्वकं रूपं दर्शयामास भूयः आश्वासयामास च भीतमेनं भूत्वा पुनः सौम्य वपुर्महात्मा.
Good. Next.
काश्मीरा भगिनी.
Full shloka.
सञ्जय उवाच इत्यर्जुनौ वासुदेवस्तथोक्त्वा स्वकं रूपं दर्शयामास भूयः आश्वासयामास च भीतमेनं भूत्वा पुनः सौम्य वपुर्महात्मा.
Good. Next.
शरद चवन महोदय.
Full shloka.
संजय उवाच इत्यर्जुनं वासुदेवस्ततोक्त्वा स्वकं रूपं दर्शयामास भूयः आश्वासयामास च भीतमेन Bhutvam punah saumyamata purma mahatma.
Good. Next.
Gurumurti Mahodaya.
Yes. Sanjay Uvacha Ityarjuno Vasudevastatoktva Swagam Rupanna Darshayamasa Bhuyah Ashvasayamasa Cha Bhitamenam Bhutva Punah Saumya Vapur Mahatma.
Good. Next, one more person.
Anupama Bhatt Bhagini.
Sanjaya Uvacha Ityarjuna Vasudevastatoktva Swakam Rupan Darshayamasa Bhuyah Ashvasayamasa Cha Bhitamenam Bhutva Punah Saumya Vapur Mahatma.
Good. So, Sanjay, this is also being narrated by Sanjaya to Dhritarashtra continuously. So now the scene goes back to the palace where Sanjaya is telling to Dhritarashtra. Iti Vasudeva Arjunam Uktva. There is, after whatever has been talked about, no, that I'll show you my one form. You are, don't get worried, do not get unnecessarily confused, come out of the Vimuda Bhavaha, all those things he has told. And he has also told, Na Danena, Na Kriyabihi, Na Yajnena, Na Adhyayena, all these things he has told. It is not possible to get this kind of a form. Anyhow, because you are now afraid and you are not able to accept this, you are not mature enough, I'll come back. So now this Sanjaya is telling it to Dhritarashtra. He says, Vasudeva is telling to Arjuna, and then what does he do? Swakam Rupam, after Uktva, after telling all those things, Swakam Rupam Darshayamasa Bhuyah. He is now again showing his own normal form back to Arjuna. Swakam Rupam Darshayamasa Bhuyah. Again, he is showing his same form. Now you use this, you look at what is this word used by Sanjaya. He does not say Vishnu or Parandama, nothing. He says Vasudeva. He is now becoming a Vasudeva Putra. So he has now become like the universal Lord, Isha and all those kinds of things. Now when Sanjaya is talking back to this person, because he is seeing just Vasudeva Krishnan there, he says now, again Vasudeva is telling. So Vasudeva, he has now become Vasudeva. He is just a simple charioteer with a human being like form. Then what did he do? Ashvasa Yama, such a Bhitamenam. Bhitam, this fellow is already absolutely out of fear. He is shivering with fear, no, Arjuna. Ashvasa Yamasa, which means that he was trying to console him. But Krishna is consoling to Arjuna. You know, whenever we have seen many times our children used to come running and then they will be having so much of thing and some kind of worry and all, they will not be able to tell anything. Then what do the people, mother do? They say, Mother Ashwasam Pandiko. They say, just you best come down, don't worry, just give a glass of water and then ask her to sit down and then, cool down them first so that they are able to come over the kind of anxiety or fear, whatever they have whatever they have seen outside. Sometimes even out of anxiety also they'll come and then they'll not be able to express themselves and will be in a very, very hyper mood. So he is now telling Ashvasa Yamasa, he is now consoling Arjuna to come back because Arjuna is still in a very kind of stupefied form. He's telling all these things, kept on doing namaskarams, and then he was, because of fear only, he said, you please come back to your own form. So he's still having that fear. So he says, Ashvasa Yamasa. He was trying to console him. Then he wanted to get him rid of this fear. Then Vitamenam Bhutva Punaha. Then Saumya Vapuhu Mahatma. Then he was able to come back with his pleasing form as Krishna, Vasudeva Krishna. So Sanjaya is telling that with all these discussions between Arjuna and Krishna, now Krishna has come out of his universal form and he has just become a simple Krishna, Vasudeva Krishna. That's what he says. But now I think we also talked last week, all these things have been told to Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra is fully aware of who Krishna is, what Krishna has told, what Arjuna has seen, what is going to outcome of the war. But unfortunately, that has not got registered into his mind. Because Dhritarashtra was in his own mood. He was only looking at when this is going to end and when they are going to take up the war and when my son is going to win. He did not even understand what it was happening. So this is also a classic example of when our mind is clouded, even when somebody is trying to come and give a kind of advice to us, it doesn't go into the mind. So Dhritarashtra did not even understand all these things despite Arjuna, despite Sanjaya being continuously telling Dhritarashtra, this is what he has told, where war is going to come to this kind of result, etc. At that time, if he understood, he could have gone and then stopped the war also. But unfortunately, it was prarabdham of Dhritarashtra that this did not go into his mind. So he is now telling, he has now become again Vasudeva Krishnan. That's what he's telling. Next.
Anupama Bhat Bhagini.
Arjuna Uvacha Drishtvedham Manusham Rupam.
अर्जुन उवाच दृष्ट्वेदं मानुषं रूपम् अर्जुन उवाच दृष्ट्वेदं मानुषं रूपम्
तव सौम्यञ्जनार्दन
तव सौम्यं च नार्दन तव सौम्यं च नार्दन
दृष्ट्वेदं मानुषं रूपं तव सौम्यञ्जनार्दन.
अर्जुन उवाच दृष्ट्वेदं मानुषं रूपं तव सौम्यं जनार्दन दृष्ट्वेदं मानुषं रूपं तव सौम्यं जनार्दन.
Good. Next.
Rajeshwari Shivshankar Bhagini.
इदानीमस्मि संवृत्तः
इदानीमस्मि संवृत्तः इदानीमस्मि संवृत्तः
सचेता प्रकृतिं गतः
सचेता प्रवृत्तिं गतः सचेता प्रकृतिं गतः.
इदानीमस्मि संवृत्तः सचेता प्रकृतिं गतः.
इदानीमस्मि संवृत्तः सचेतः प्रकृतिं गतः इदानीमस्मि संवृत्तः सचेतः प्रकृतिं गतः.
Next.
Krishna Pavani Bhagini.
दृष्ट्वेदं मानुषं रूपं तव सौम्यञ्जनार्दन.
दृष्ट्वेदं मानुषं रूपं तव सौम्यं जनार्दन दृष्ट्वेदं मानुषं रूपं तव सौम्यं जनार्दन.
Good. Next.
Bhanureka Bhagini.
इदानीमस्मि संवृत्तः सचेताः प्रकृतिं गतः.
इदानीमस्मि संवृत्तः सचेताः प्रकृतिं गतः इदानीमस्मि संवृत्तः सचेताः प्रकृतिं गतः.
Next.
Lakshmi Devi Bhagini.
अर्जुन उवाच दृष्ट्वेदं मानुषं रूपं तव सौम्यं जनार्दन इदानीमस्मि संवृत्तः सचेताः प्रकृतिं गतः.
अर्जुन उवाच दृष्ट्वेदं मानुषं रूपं तव सौम्यं जनार्दन इदानीमस्मि संवृत्तः सचेताः प्रकृतिं गतः.
Good. Next.
Srimati Bhagini.
Full shloka.
अर्जुन उवाच दृष्ट्वेदं मानुषं रूपं तव सौम्यं जनार्दन इदानीमस्मि संवृत्तः सचेताः प्रकृतिं गतः.
Good. Next.
Sri Lakshmi Bhagini.
Yes. Arjuna uvacha दृष्ट्वेदं मानुषं रूपं तव सौम्यं जनार्दन इदानीमस्मि संवृत्तः सचेता प्रकृतिं गतः.
Good. Next.
Gurumurti Mahodaya.
Yes, sir. Arjuna uvacha दृष्ट्वेदं मानुषं रूपं तव सौम्यं जनार्दन इदानीमस्मि संवृत्तः सचेता प्रकृतिं गतः.
Good. Next.
Sai Lakshmi Bhagini.
अर्जुन उवाच दृष्ट्वेदं मानुषं रूपं तव सौम्यं जनार्दन इदानीमस्मि संवृत्तः सचेतः प्रकृतिं गतः.
Good. Next.
Kashmira Bhagini.
अर्जुन उवाच दृष्ट्वेदं मानुषं रूपं तव सौम्यं जनार्दन इदानीमस्मि संवृत्तः सचेतः प्रकृतिं गतः.
Good. So now, Bhagavan has now become Vasudeva Krishna. Okay. So from Vishwarupa Darshana, Bhagavan has now become Vasudeva Krishna. And so long we have been having Srishtup meter. So Bhagavan also come to normal form. Meter also has moved from Srishtup to Anushtup back now. All these slokas we did in Srishtup. Now Anushtup meter has come. Most of the Gita will be only Anushtup meter, except few slokas, majority of them in 11th chapter, 15th chapter, and one or two slokas, some few slokas in the 2nd chapter. That is the way it is generally. Or even 8th chapter, 9th chapter. So number of slokas in Srishtup meter is very, very less. So the 11th chapter had lot of Srishtup meter. So now this is also now back to Anushtup meter. Bhagavan is in the Krishna form. Now what does Arjuna say? Idam manusham rupam drishtva. That is now, after seeing your manusham rupam, the human form of rupam. Which kind of rupam? Saumyam. Saumyam is very pleasing to see. Okay. Tava means your saumyam rupam. Manusham saumyam rupam janardana drishtva. After seeing that, idani must be samvruttaha. I have become now asmi samvruttaha. What is that he has become? Sachetaha. I have been able to become very cheerful. Cheta is your emotions. I have become very cheerful now. Sachetaha. Prakrutin gadaha. I will now come back to my normal self. Prakriti is his own natural self. He says, now I come back to my normal self. So yeah, all this time he was absolutely in a excited and worried, fearful state. Now he says that after seeing your manusham rupam, saumya manusham rupam, that is the pleasing manusham rupam, I have now become cheerful and I have come back to my normal self. He is now back to ground now. Otherwise, he was absolutely in a very excited and fear. He was fearing a lot after seeing rupam. But now we have to understand that what is that rupam has changed. Bhagavan has not changed his rupam. He has only removed the Divya Chakshu that was there with Arjuna all this while. So with the Divya Chakshu, Arjuna was able to have an understanding of Vishwarupa Darshanam of Bhagavan. Now the Divya Chakshu has been withdrawn. What is the Divya Chakshu? It is not like a glass, as I told you. Bhagavan had provided in his particular mind at that point in time, primarily he had removed two things. He removed Mamakara and Ahankara. These two things, if he is able to remove from your mind, you'll be able to see everything as Vishwarupam. And then only you can see. But because we people, otherwise what happens is that this Mamakara and Ahankara will be the biggest enemies in terms of understanding the reality. We will be coming in the way of our understanding of the nature of Bhagavan. So Bhagavan has ensured that for this period of time when he saw Vishwarupa Darshanam, Mamakara and Ahankara had been greatly taken out. We withdrew it from Arjuna. Now he has again given it back to him because Arjuna was still not mature enough that he was able to see him also in the Bhagavan. He could not see that. So he was able to have his own individuality when he saw Vishwarupam. The Ahankara was there with him. Aham difference, Tvam different. That is the way he was looking at. Ahankara was there for us. Mamakara was different. He was still, my person, my this thing, So mamakara and ahankara, if somebody wants to really move spiritually in life, these are also one of most important things that needs to be worked upon. Mamakara and ahankara. We always say I, and we also say my son, my house, my car. Whatever we have. So we have to ensure that is my and I. Only when those two things are addressed consciously in whatever we do, then only we'll be able to have a kind of spiritual growth. So now he says that so Bhagavan has just only removed, Divya Chakshu has been only removed from him so that he'll be able to come back to his normal thinking process of Mamakara, Ahankara, whatever he may be having. With that thing, he will be able to see only a Krishna as Krishna, Vasudeva Krishna. So he says that now I am cheerful, I will now be able to see you as Vasudeva Krishna, and I am cheerful, and I also come back to my normal self. That's what Arjuna has told in this. Next.
Sheila Shinde Bhagini.
Yes, sir.
Shri Bhagavanuvacha Sudurdashamidam Rupam
सुदूरदर्शमिदं रूपम् सुदूरदर्शमिदं रूपम्
Drishtavanasi Yanmama
दृष्टवानसि यन्मम दृष्टवानसि यन्मम
Sudurdarshamidam Rupam Drishtavanasi Yanmama
सुदुर्दर्शमिदं रूपं दृष्टवानसि यन्मम सुदुर्दर्शमिदं रूपं दृष्टवानसि यन्मम.
Next.
Bhanureka Bhagini.
Deva apyasya rupasya
देवा अप्यस्य रूपस्य देवा अप्यस्य रूपस्य
Nityam Darshanakankshinaha
नित्यं दर्शनकाङ्क्षिणः नित्यं दर्शनकाङ्क्षिणः
Deva apyasya rupasya nityam darshanakankshinaha
देवा अप्यस्य रूपस्य नित्यं दर्शनकाङ्क्षिणः देवा अप्यस्य रूपस्य नित्यं दर्शनकाङ्क्षिणः.
Next.
Lalita Bhagini.
Sudurdarshamidam rupam drishtavanasi yanmama
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Sudurdarshamidam Rupam Drushtavanasi Yanmama Sudurdarshamidam Rupam Drushtavanasi Yanmama.
Good. Next.
Sharat Chavan Mahodaya.
Deva apyasya rupasya nityam darshanakankshinaha
देवाम् अप्यस्य रूपस्य नित्यं दर्शनकाङ्क्षिणः देवा अप्यस्य रूपस्य नित्यदर्शनकाङ्क्षिणः
Nityam darshanakankshinaha
नित्यं दर्शनं काङ्क्षिणः देवा अप्यस्य रूपस्य नित्यं दर्शनं काङ्क्षिणः.
Okay, darshana, not darshanam, darshana
काङ्क्षिणः.
Good.
Yes.
Srimati Bhagini.
Shri Bhagavanuvacha Sudurdarshamidam Rupam Drishtavanasi Yanmama Deva Apyasya Rupasya Darshanakankshinaha.
Shri Bhagavanuvacha Sudurdarshamidam Rupam Drishtavanasi Yanmama Deva Apyasya Rupasya Nityam Darshanakankshinaha.
Good. Next.
Sri Lakshmi Bhagini.
Yes, sir.
Full shloka once.
Yes, sir. श्रीभगवानुवाच सुदुर्दर्शमिदं रूपं दृष्टवानसि यन्मम देवा अप्यस्य रूपस्य नित्यं दर्शनकाङ्क्षिणः.
Good. Next.
Rajeshwari Shivashankar Bhagini.
श्रीभगवानुवाच सुदुर्दर्शयमितं रूपं दृष्ट्वा वानसि यन्मम देव
Just hold on. Sudurdarshamidham rupam drishtavanasi yanmama.
श्रीभगवानुवाच सुदुर्दर्शयमिदं रूपं.
Yeah, there's no yeah there. Sudurdarsham idam.
I corrected. Sudurdarshamidam rupam drishtavanasi yanmama deva apyasya rupasya nityan darshana kankshinaha.
Good. Next.
Bhanureka Bhagini.
Full shloka.
श्रीभगवानुवाच सुदुर्दर्शमिदं रूपं दृष्टवानसि यन्मम देवा अप्यस्य रूपस्य नित्यं दर्शनकाङ्क्षिणः.
Good. Next.
Kashmira Bhagini.
श्रीभगवानुवाच सुदुर्दर्शमिदं रूपं दृष्टवानसि यन्मम देवा अप्यस्य रूपस्य नित्यं दर्शनकाङ्क्षिणः.
Good. Next.
Lakshmi Devi Bhagini.
श्रीभगवानुवाच सुदुर्दर्शमिदं रूपं दृष्टवानसि यन्मम देवा अप्यस्य रूपस्य नित्यं दर्शनकाङ्क्षिणः.
Good. One more person.
Sheela Shinde Bhagini.
श्रीभगवान् उवाच सुदुर्दर्शमिदं रूपं दृष्टवानसि यन्मम देवा अप्यस्य रूपस्य नित्यं दर्शनकाङ्क्षिणः.
Good. Okay. So what Bhagavan is now telling is Arjuna is very happy. He says, Soumya Vapuhu Mahatma. He says that I have seen you, pleasing form, and I have got become Sachetaha. I have become already cheerful. Vigata Bihi, my fear has gone. He is telling all those kinds of things. Now Bhagavan is continuing now. He says that Sudur Darsham idam Rupam Drishtavanasi Yanmama. Yadu Mama Rupam Drishtavanasi. Whichever Rupam which I have shown to you, Sudur Darsham, it is extremely difficult to see. He says that not everybody will be able to get this. It is extremely impossible to have an opportunity of seeing my Vishwarupa. Sudurdarsham idam rupam drishtavanasi yatu mama. Deva api, even the gods, astya rupasya, they want to have a look at this. And nityam darshana kankshana, they are continuously wanting to have a look at this kind of a rupam, and they are all aspiring to have this kind of a rupam. They are all elated souls. They are also elated, yes, and they also want to have a rupam of this kind of a nature, Vishwarupa Darshanam, but still it is not possible. It is not been given to them also. So he is talking about the glory of Bhagavan as a Vishwarupa Darshana, which he says is extremely difficult, which he has given to only Arjuna out of love. And then he is going to further continue with, we have 3 more shlokas. I thought I'll be able to complete it, but we are not able to complete. We'll do it tomorrow, and then we'll start the next chapter also tomorrow. So we'll close the class for today now. Mate vyata macha vimuda bhavah drishtva rupam gora midrum mamedam vyapedabhi pritamana punastvam tadeva me rupamidam prapashya. Sanjaya uvacha इत्यर्जुनो वासुदेवस्ततोक्त्वा स्वकं रूपं दर्शयामास भूयः आश्वासयामास च भीतमेनं भूत्वा पुनः सौम्य वपुर्महात्मा अर्जुन उवाच दृष्ट्वेदं मानुषं रूपं तव सौम्यं जनार्दन इदानीमस्मि संवृत्तः सचेताः प्रकृतिं गतः श्रीभगवानुवाच सुदुर्दर्शमिदं रूपं दृष्टवानसि यन्मम देवा अप्यस्य रूपस्य नित्यं दर्शनकाङ्क्षिणः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ओम् श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम्